Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, folks. Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Barry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. Brian Anderson with you. Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill joining us tonight, along with the fourth member of our team, Allie LaForce. Now here's Harden. Fires from deep. Drops in the three. All right, Doris, how about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
It's a one-on-one situation.
Klay Thompson is elite on the defensive end. He's got length, smarts, quickness, you name it.
On the wing, Thompson. There's the triple. Pure from three-point range.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Harden. Gafford with the block. Out of bounds. The Clippers will keep possession. And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Doris, looking back at James Harden's time in Houston, what an incredible individual run he went on.
Come on, Brian. Finished in the top 3 in MVP voting 5 times with the Rockets. Came so close to getting to an NBA Finals. He's still beloved in the city of Houston.
And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Pass to Dunn. Three-pointer, Harden. Mavericks with the rebound. Thompson outside. Here's Washington. Now here's Gafford. Thompson scanning the floor. 5 on the clock. And here's Irving. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Good work there as it goes.
Just in the nick of time. What an assertive play by Davis against the clock.
Zubac screen. Here's Harden. And Gafford with the block. And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back. And now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with Tyronn Lue.
And the point of emphasis in the game plan against Anthony Davis was to simply be more physical inside. Coach said we have to force him outside the paint and make him shoot those mid to long range shots. Sounds like they're willing to give up the outside shot to keep Davis from dominating the paint.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. It's stolen by Leonard. And it's the Clippers on the break.
Nice job by James Harden to leak out and get an easy opportunity in transition.
So interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed, and now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Done. Leonard, left side. Second shot opportunity. Out to Powell. Leonard outside. Goes up again. Driving to the basket. Nice D from Gafford. Mavericks trail by 3. Inside. Here's Davis. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson.
Yeah, between his length and touch, Davis is the perfect interior player.
Out to Powell. From downtown. Klay Thompson pulls down the board.
Man, just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Outside Irving. Pass to Davis. Oh, they get a hand on it. Stolen by Harden. 4-3. Buries it from 3. Harden's got 11 points. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
The Clippers lead by 4. There's the 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Pass to Gafford. Here's Irving. Defended by Harden. Back to Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Zubac, screen. Out to Powell. Back to Harden. Jacks up a 3. Rebound, Anthony Davis. Thompson right side. Outside Davis. He gets it up. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. James Harden, he's been the guy making things happen for the Los Angeles Clippers. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
Well, you have to look at the advantage they have in the turnover department. I mean, that's a huge advantage for them in this game.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
And here's Thompson for three. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Leonard. Here's Davis. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area. Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Doris, one place you see this Dallas team show up is in the hustle stands.
B.A., this version of the Dallas Mavericks is as tough and as gritty and as willing to compete as any I've seen.
Shot clock at 6. Back to Thompson. Oh, Klay Thompson with the bounce. Get up, Klay.
Boy, you don't see it often, but Klay Thompson letting you know he can finish emphatically.
And then Harden with the jam.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the three ball.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Mavericks are looking to contend. Coach Jason Kidd said, we're trying to build a championship team, and it's not easy. Dallas has not talked about that for a long time. So to talk about that, it's pretty cool. To be able to build it takes time. We have the personnel. We have the team. Brian, that's confidence.
Yep, and they're in win-now mode, Allie. Thank you. On the wing, Thompson. And stolen by Leonard. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Harden scanning the floor. Rebound, Anthony Davis.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And it's blocked by Davis. Out of bounds, the Clippers will keep possession. Three-pointer, Harden. Knocked away. And they'll get another chance. From deep. And he drains it, making him 7 for 15 for the day. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Pass to Davis. Stolen by Harden. Leonard with the ball. Irving picks him up. Oh, he misses the wide open dunk. Oh, stolen by Harden.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Zubac, screen. Dunn outside. Outside Harden. Just 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. Knocks down the triple. Harden's got 21 points in the game.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Pass to Harden. A minute 15 left to play in the first half of basketball. The shot comes out. Washington outside. Now Davis. All alone. Another one falls for Dallas.
Yeah, the versatility of Davis on offense, he doesn't have to be right under the hoop to score.
Rejected. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lively. Stolen by Davis. And a fast break now. The Mavericks on the run. And there it is for him. Here's Harden. 21 points in the game. with the drive. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And Doris, the Clippers with new jerseys, a shiny new arena, and an ownership group that is very aggressive. They want some shiny hardware to go with it.
BA, you have to appreciate an ownership group that is willing to spend and make all the right moves in order to position yourself for the championship. But now the players need to come through. And what has been their undoing in recent years is injuries and the lack of availability of their best players. Age and health still hover over this organization.
And Kawhi Leonard gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Mavericks. Mavericks trail by 4.
If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Well, it's amazing. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of a game.
Down low. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Great job setting him up. The timing of the pass was key.
Leonard. And he banks in the layup. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. The Clippers on top. They lead by 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. And here are the Mavericks now. 4-point game. And Batum over to help. Back to Dinwiddie. Pass to Marshall. Stolen by Jones. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. And he dunks it down.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Now here's Dinwiddie. No made baskets yet. Here's Christie. No good on the 3. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Bogdanovich from long range drains the triple. And now it's a 9-point Los Angeles lead. Dinwiddie outside. Exum outside. To the middle. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's on Derek Jones.
Well, how about the outstanding vision from the crafty point guard, Dante Exum, seeing the floor beautifully.
And so it's Harden with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Dinwiddie with a rebound. Mavericks trail by 6. Pass to Exum. From the arc. Coffey grabs the board. And this is where they've struggled.
Yeah, the half court has not been kind to them. Let's see what they run. And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
To the paint. Here's Powell. And Powell with the stuff.
If Powell's on the court, he's a threat to dunk it. Incredible athleticism.
Outside Harden. Here's the 3. And it's Harden again missing. Dinwiddie with it. Harden picks him up. And fouled as he went up to dunk. Good aggressive move. He'll shoot a pair.
You know, when Spencer Dinwiddie is attacking, he gets these kinds of calls. Simple as that.
He misses the free throw. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Mavericks trail by 6. Over to the left wing. Back to Marshall. Stolen by Jones. Bogdanovich from long range. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Bogdanovich has got 6.
And this is why Bogdanovich is a vital cog in this offense. It's his ability to stretch the floor like that.
Back to Exum. Puts up a 3. Again, the miss by Dallas. The Clippers lead by 9. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
We've seen scoring totals increasing, and fans might appreciate it, but NBA VP and head of basketball ops Joe Dumars said, quote, "I think what fans really want to see is incredible competition. The score is secondary to that. And guys, you talk about competing, Joe D brought it at both ends of the floor."
No doubt about that. Well said, Allie. And there's the call on Spencer Dinwiddie. That's his first foul of the game. And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
You know, couldn't agree more with this timeout. There are far too many turnovers to get any kind of offensive rhythm. You're just trying to mix things up here. .133 left to play in the third quarter here. Outside Jones. There's Bogdanovich with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Pass to Christie. To the inside. Exum gets the bucket. Well, it's hard to question the size Dante Exum brings to the point guard position. He's unique in the game.
Here's Coffey. Outside Simmons. On the wing, Jones. Knocks it loose. Outside Irving. There's a screen. Pass to Christie. Back to Irving. Here's Christie. Launches a 3. Hits the trifecta. Christie's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Jones from outside. And Irving has got the ball here for Dallas. They trail by 6. Shot on the wing. Ben Simmons grabs the board.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Outside Jones. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. The third quarter comes to a close. Clippers ahead, up by 6. And don't go away. We'll be back.
The Mavericks, 33.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. The Clippers lead by 6. Leonard on the wing. For 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden.
Boy, laser focus from Kawhi Leonard. He no sooner touches it than that ball is off to the rim.
Back to Irving. Down low. Pass to Gafford. Leonard on the wing. Outside Harden. Three-pointer. Mavericks with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Back to Irving. Thompson outside. Inside. Here's Davis. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Graham.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, A.D. put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Pass to Washington. Up top, Thompson. Outside, Davis. Washington outside. Sinks the tray.
And defensively, how do you leave him that open in crunch time?
Here's Harden. And it's good for two. Harden's got 25 points in the game.
This is one of the specialty shots in James's arsenal. This guy with the teardrop floater, good night.
Pass to Irving. Outside Davis. Shot clock at 5. Over Leonard. Up again. It's good on the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Leonard on the wing. Harden with it. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. P.J. Washington picks one up.
Well, few guys understand better than James Harden how to use a pump fake to get a defender committed and get some free throws. That is nicely done. An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Here's Davis. Leonard pulls down the board. Los Angeles leading by 7. Pass to Batum. Back to Harden. It's not going to go for him. Ooh, Washington with the defensive effort. On the wing, Irving. Rebounded by Kawhi Leonard. Right side, Harden. Now here's Dunn. Now Harden. Nice D from Thompson. To the paint. The ball's knocked loose. Left side, Harden. Pulls it from the corner. That one's good. Nothing but net. Harden's got 29. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
Gafford the screen to the middle. And the dunk by Gafford.
That's just great savvy in a pick-and-roll situation run perfectly by Kyrie Irving.
A minute 22 left in the fourth quarter. And here's Harden. Pass to Batum. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. .107 left to the fourth quarter. And the foul called on Nick Batum. That's his third foul so far. Mavericks trail by 7.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Outside Irving. Outside Davis. From 18 feet away. And it's in. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. Trying here to put the game out of reach.
And that's why it's important to play this one smart. And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
What an emphatic bucket by Davis. This is a guy who never backs down or gives up.
Here's Batum. And it falls all over the rim and in.
That was a prayer. All luck getting that one to go.
Pass to Gafford. Back to Davis. Yes! We've got 13 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And here's Batum. Outside Harden. And count it. So it's Los Angeles picking up the win. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves. But at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. But give these guys credit for sticking with the game plan and finishing.
This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. So the Lakers will get the first possession here. To the middle. And finished off by Hayes.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that?
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. couple of rivals going head-to-head here, Clark. You can feel the extra tension in the air.
No doubt about it. That heat is palpable. Everybody wants to be at their best and prove they're the superior team, but the fireworks and friction is real.
Sinks it from distance.
Seems to me like Butler is just always in rhythm and under control. His next shot is never far away.
Ball's going up the court. Curry, that's good.
Woo! His energy is unmatched. And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Now here's Doncic. Knocks it loose. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Butler. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. I asked him if he thinks anyone has a better feel for the game than Luka Doncic, and he told me, I don't want to get into a comparison, but what I can say is that he controls the pace like no one else. You can't speed him up, you can't slow him down. Guys?
As always, Allie, we thank you. Kicks it to Doncic. Pass to Reeves. Curry with a steal. They get it back on the wing. Curry. Over Reeves. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Down low. James deciding where to go with it. To stop the run. Knocks it down from distance.
Well, you know, defensively, you try to keep LeBron out of the lane, but then he drops that on you.
Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Now, here is James. Clark, what's incredible about LeBron? He makes as big of an impact off the court as he does on it.
B.A., I think it's going to be one of the great case studies when he's all done playing, how he's impacted the game and uplifted people across the country and world. He's a tremendous advocate for social justice. He's obviously a shrewd and successful businessman, and he's been a vocal leader who also leads by example. He's actually epitomizing the change he'd like to see in other folks and inspiring along the way.
They've been behind for a few minutes now.
And I think that's about to change.
Here's Curry. Good. Third basket in 6 attempts. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
Butler with a steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. Here's Moody. The kick out. Curry. Pass to Butler. 5 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And the three-pointer goes. Curry's got 9 points.
Off a pass, Steph Curry. That one is always going in, or almost always going in.
The shot by James, no good. Now the Warriors with it. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's the three. Curry, no good. Lakers trail by 6. Outside Reeves. Back to James. Pass to Hayes. Right side Reeves. To the inside. From 7 feet away. And it's Hayes with the bucket inside. Hayes has got his second basket. And here's Butler. Back to Curry. Now Green. Back to Curry. Takes a three. That won't go either for Curry. Here we go. Pass to Hayes. It's rebounded by Golden State. From deep, Reeves drills it from deep.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And Curry's got the ball here for the Golden State Warriors. Takes it inside. And that basket makes him 5 for 10. Steady production so far.
Curry does not just hurt you from deep. He is a clever finisher on the drive. Lethal at penetrating and finishing.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Reeves. Hachimura from long range. Got a piece of it. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Warriors ahead, up 3. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And from what we've seen here from the Warriors, what's your take so far?
Simply put, they look totally fearless on the defensive end.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
Back to James. To the paint. Pass to Hayes. Count it. Good. Hayes has got 6.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
The Warriors leading. Clark, Hachimura has always been a monster with his strength. He knows how to use his frame.
He sure does, and he has an ample frame, B.A. And working out with LeBron during the summer and training certainly hasn't hurt him in that regard. He knows how to use his body, but he's also become a pretty reliable three-point shooter and all-around scorer.
Here's Curry. 13 points in the game. From outside the arc. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. He's got 16.
Huge night for Curry and a great rhythm thus far. That's always bad news for the team he's facing.
On the wing, Hachimura. Pass to James. Clock at 6. Oh, LeBron sending it home.
Fighting through contact. Not easy trying to corral LeBron when he's focused on scoring. Good luck with that.
And here's Curry for 3. And count it. 8 of 14 now. He's rolling. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
James can't get it to go. The Warriors lead by 5. In transition, here come the Warriors. Inside. Curry surveys. Shot from 16. No good, off the front rim.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Hachimura up top. Back to Doncic. To the middle. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Tell you what, very few players have the playmaking ability of Luka Doncic. This guy is special with his vision and passing.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. And here's Curry for three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. To the paint. Here's James. Uses the glass on the layup. James has got 4 points in the quarter.
James doing his thing in close to the hoop. Good work there.
Left side Butler. Misses the layup.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Hachimura left side. Doncic outside. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. 1:27 left in the half. And Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
James, outside. Outside, Finney-Smith. He drops it from range. Now it's a 4-point Laker lead.
Finney-Smith a threat both under the basket and way out beyond the arc. He's got great range.
Green able to hit from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at them.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
In transition, here come the Warriors. The 3 from Curry. Finney-Smith pulls it in. So it's Los Angeles now. Pass to James. Doncic outside. Back to James. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Curry with it. Hachimura covering. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
16 seconds left to play in the second quarter.
21, Quentin.
Up top, Curry. 19 points in the game. Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. So they take the lead. Moody's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. The Warriors on top. They're up by 2. And we'll be back with you shortly. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. The Warriors leading. Clark, it's special getting to call LeBron James games. How is the King still doing this at this age?
BA, I think there are guys that come along every 30, 40 years that are just different than other guys, other players. He's in that category. One of the all-time greats. And he's just been remarkable. Certainly DNA has a role in his longevity and excellence, but you got to give him a ton of credit. He's committed to being at a high level for a long time, and it's remarkable to watch him do what he's doing at this age.
Here's Payton. Back to Podziemski. From behind the arc. And the Warriors miss again.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Milton. Lays it up and banks it in.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Outside Payton. Back to Podziemski. Milton with a steal. Vincent with the ball. Now guarded by Moody. Yes, it's good. Finney-Smith got 5.
pushing his way past the defense there. Finney Smith knows how to maintain his composure while under pressure.
Podziemski's shot is good. We've seen 5 lead changes so far. Neither team able to pull away.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's going to come down to the wire.
Counted for Vincent.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Down low. Outside Moody. 3-pointer. And the Warriors with another 3.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
First personal foul. First team foul.
The Lakers trail. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Podziemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Vincent outside. Six to shoot. To the inside. And Vanderbilt slams it in. And what a wild one this has been.
8 lead changes, some big plays, and some big mistakes, too.
Left side healed. Post. Pass to Santos. Drains the triple. And the Warriors lead by 2.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Here's Connect. Back to Vincent. And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. A minute 39 left in the third quarter. Here's Lynn. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Out to the right wing. Here's Santos. Let's go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Pass to Podziemski. Outside heel. 5 on the clock. Back to Podziemski. That 3's off the mark. Here's Vincent. Second chance shot. The kick out to Milton. Now here's Morris. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Morris has got his first 3 points of the game. And it's amazing. Neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight.
Vincent outside. Back to Morris. Pass to Lynn. Vincent outside. Here's Connect for 3. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Warriors. Here's Hield. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Lakers ahead, up by 1. Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Here's Doncic. Doncic on the take. Back to James. Another shot. Outside Reeves. Off the mark there with a three.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Outside Curry. Right side Moody. Shot clock at 5. From deep. Hachimura with a rebound. And Reeves has got the ball here for Los Angeles. They lead by 1. Puts up a 3. And again, the Lakers, no good. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
Now Los Angeles with it. Pass to Hachimura. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Doncic on the wing. LeBron, a smooth operator inside.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Green with the ball. Back to Curry. Pass to Butler to tie it up. Curry, no good. The Lakers lead by 3. And here's James. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Back to Reeves. Hachimura sets a screen. Reeves with the ball. Now guarded by Butler. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Warriors with possession here. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Pass to Hachimura. Back to James. Goes up from the top of the key. The Warriors pull it in. Here's Green. Beyond the arc. Hits a three-pointer. And this game is tied up now.
The competitive fire and clutch ability of Green comes out in these big moments.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Doncic feeling it out a bit. Out to James. Doncic outside. Stripped away. In transition, here they come. Oh, Howard is home.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
Oh, my. That's why we had those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Well, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
And here's Curry for 3. And the Warriors with another 3.
You see why they trust Curry. I mean, give him the rock and let him make a play.
Out to Hachimura. Lets it go from deep. Outside Reeves. It's stolen by Green. Moody on the wing. Curry with it. This one for 3. It's Hayes with the rebound. Pass to James. And here's Reeves outside. Cash. Oh, an enormous three-pointer.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game.
Yes.
Up top, Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Curry on the drive. James outside. Money.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. What's the best strategy for him?
A chance to tie it up here.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Curry. Oh, it falls! A huge shot to tie it up.
He is absolutely putting on a scoring clinic, guys. If it wasn't for him, they would not be in this game.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. From deep, here's Doncic. Oh, return to sender. Stuffed it and grabs a rock. A one-man stop. And Steve Kerr calls timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys.
Substitution on the court.
And out of bounds, Los Angeles will have it.
Oh, my. Turning it over at such a critical point in the game. You know he feels awful.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. For the win. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last-minute shot is offline. Time. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. Outside Reeves. Pass to Finney-Smith. Butler with a steal. In transition, here come the Warriors. Oh, serious gut check points from Moody.
Delicious dime from Curry there. One of the reasons his teammates love playing with him.
Now here's Reeves. Kicks it to Doncic. And the three off target. Here's Kuminga. Oh, how about Moody with the open court finish.
Excellent pass from Butler right there. That's why he's considered a team leader.
Finney Smith, a screen. James, outside. Pass to Reeves. Curry with a steal. Here's Kuminga. Now Curry. Outside Butler. Back to Curry. Jacks up a three. LeBron with the rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Look at Luka playing hard, which is always the way he goes. Hits a foul, but keeps pushing and takes his shot, playing through contact.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And by missing that free throw, now a 3 could even the score. Not ideal.
Moody on the wing. Pass to Curry. Oh, Kuminga! Top for days!
Curry's got such a great feel and understanding of the game. I mean, he can make a lot happen in the pick and roll.
Out to James. And slam dunk by James.
And, you know, we've come to expect this from LeBron James, guys. I mean, when his team needs a bucket, he rises to the occasion.
Here's Curry. And Curry gets his.
Curry is a guy you can trust to get it done when it needs to be done.
Now James. On the wing, Finney Smith. It falls! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Finney Smith, known as a utility guy, value utility guy, but I tell you what, he showed us there. He's ready and willing and able to make the big bucket, too.
And here's Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Moody. Oh, there's the shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
And here's Milton. He'll bring it up to the Lakers. Trailing by 2. Pass to Hachimura. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
And the free throw, no good. Here's Golden State. Outside Curry. Fires the 3. He's off from 3. And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO.
Substitution for your Warriors.
And James launches it from deep. Another tie. And we're going to have a second overtime. And we'll be back right after this. And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to lay down. Here's Curry. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Dorian Finney-Smith.
When you talk about shot mechanics, Curry is as close as you can get to perfect. I mean, you can tell he puts a lot of work into that part of his game, and it pays off. He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Back to Finney-Smith. The kick out to Milton. To the paint. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And both free throws good for Hachimura. Curry with it. He's nearing a 30-point game here.
Yeah, B.A. He's been decisive and aggressive.
Here he goes. Outside for Butler. Moody from outside. Ooh, the smooth three from Moody.
Smooth passing that time. Butler doing his best to keep everybody involved and in sync.
Outside Milton. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. Here's Curry. Right side Green. And Reeves pulls it down.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
To take the lead. Finney-Smith's shot is off.
With that much room around him, it's hard to imagine he could have gotten a better shot.
Pass to Green. No good with the triple. Now here's Milton. Left side Reeves. To the middle. Clock at 6. With the tip. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Lakers lead by 2.
You'd really like to see even more of this from Finney-Smith, fighting to keep that play alive.
Yep, that one goes.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
Pass to Finney-Smith. James outside. Finney-Smith's shot is off.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. James outside. Finney-Smith a screen. Down low. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to go on Draymond Green.
Props to Finney-Smith. I mean, going up strong, earns himself a trip to the line.
And he's able to hit the second one. And that gives him a lead.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Back to Kuminga. 4-3. Oh, he knocked down the trifecta.
And they aren't over the limit yet. And the game isn't over yet, but they have to move quickly.
That's the way to go.
Finney-Smith a screen. Back to James. Butler with a steal. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And you know what? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making.
Timeout called. The Lakers. They're trailing by 4. All right, guys, what's your take?
Well, their only hope is for somebody to hit a three-pointer and get fouled for an and one. I'd be surprised if there's a defender anywhere in the vicinity of a three-point attempt.
Here's Reeves. Misses there. And so the big win by Golden State in a tight game. Double overtime games are With Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. So the Rockets win the tip. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Now here's Şengün. Brooks outside. Pass to Şengün. 6 to shoot. Outside Eason. Lets the three fly. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And that gets us rolling. Whew, what a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
A young man who has an appetite for greatness, always pushing himself, is Jason Tatum.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide-open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Pass to Brown. Outside White. Holiday with the ball. Left side Porzingis. On the wing, Tatum. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Rockets. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat. I asked him about the star power that they're up against tonight, and he said, quote, "I'm not worried about the highlight reel plays. I'm worried about the relentless nature of that team over there. And the ringleader is Jrue Holiday. He plays every possession on both ends of the floor."
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Pass to Şengün. Puts up a three. Another miss. He's 0 for 2 now. And stolen by Porzingis. To the middle. Here's Tatum. Finished off the break.
Awesome speed from Tatum. Excels at getting to the right place in these fast break chances.
Şengün in the post. Out to Thompson. Pass to Eason. Outside, Green. Down low. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
Outside Tatum. To the paint. It's tipped. Thompson with a steal. Here's Green. Here he goes. And it's hammered home by Green.
Once he takes flight, Green can make some incredible moves in the air.
The Rockets went from 22 to 41 wins last year, finishing right at 500 club.
Great progress by Houston. Just missed the play-in in the West. They would have easily made that same play-in tournament in the East. A huge step forward for the Rockets, no doubt. And I think it's a team that can sustain that trajectory.
Houston leading by 3. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. He's off on that one. On the wing, Tatum. Three-pointer, Holiday. It's hauled in by Houston. Brooks outside. On the wing, Thompson. And there's a pick. Pass to Şengün. Pulls it. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
Nice find by Thompson. No, good to see him sharing the ball like this.
Outside, Brown. .116 left in the first quarter. 5 to shoot. Porzingis with it. Shoots over Şengün. And he can't bank that one in. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
Now here's Green. Brooks outside. Drills it from deep.
You got to at least honor Brooks' three-point shot if you're the defense. I mean, he is more than capable of connecting.
Out to the right wing. Pass to White. Tatum with a screen. Outside, Brown. Now Holiday. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Great response from Holiday, marching down and knocking down a three of his own.
Green with the ball. Inside. Outside for Brooks. Back to Şengün. Porzingis grabs the board. Now Brown. Pass to Holiday. Here's White. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Brown with the steal. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. The hustle they've shown on defense had.
The Celtics, 7.
If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at Houston's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Oh, look at Tatum going to work inside.
Tell you what, Tatum using his length for positioning inside, able to operate well in the paint.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
To the wing on the left. Porzingis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
I think you've got to run Porzingis off of his shots. I mean, you can't let him get comfortable because he'll knock him down.
Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals. And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
Outside White. Launches it. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
And here is Green. Porzingis grabs the board. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Back to Brown. The three. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. The Rockets lead by 3. Outside for Green. Beyond the arc. Offensive board. The three. Can't hit that one.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
The big man throwing it down. Kristaps Porzingis. When you're 7'3", though, doesn't take much vertical to punch it home.
To the inside. They double-team Thompson. Here's Adams. And it's slammed in by Adams.
This is how you force a defense to collapse. Kick the ball right inside.
Outside Tatum. Pass to Brown. Outside Holiday.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Tatum with it. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. And Brown with the stuff.
The athletic Brown with a big-time slam. You got to defend him better than this.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Thompson scanning the floor. Adams. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
And whenever Adams is aggressive on offense, it helps big time, especially when he's dunking it hard inside.
Pass to Tatum. Right side Holiday. Easton with a steal. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
If you look at rebounding rate, Tari Eason is one of the best in the NBA, Clark.
Yeah, you think about rate, it basically looks at what percentage of rebounds do you get while you're on the floor. And Eason is prolific in terms of boards per minute, uses his 6'8" frame well, and he's gobbling up rebounds at well under 1 every 3 minutes. That's a lot of heavy lifting there, folks.
Pass to Brown. Inside. Porzingis putting the size to work.
You make your teammates better by giving them good passes. That one was perfect.
Outside, Green. 29 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Just 5 on the clock. Puts up a deep three. Holiday grabs the miss.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Back to Porzingis. Over Thompson. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. The Rockets on top, leading by 4. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute.
The Celtics, 20.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Pritchard, and the call will be against Fred VanVleet. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Onto the floor for your Rockets.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Shireman. Back to Pritchard. Clock at 6. Here's Hauser. Eason with a steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Three-pointer, Van Vliet. Boston pulls it in. Horford outside. Stolen by Van Vliet. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Rockets showing improvement. Head coach Ime Udoka said, quote, when you rely on your young guys, you're constantly trying to instill habits that'll carry them for the rest of their careers. It's mistakes and tendencies you have to try to break continually. Just staying positive. We see glimpses of how close we can be.
All right, Allie, thanks for that.
Whitmore.
Outside Craig. Out to the right wing. 3 on the clock. Shoots. Smith with the rebound.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
Here's Horford. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. The Rockets lead by 4. Van Vliet outside. Green, a screen. Back to Van Vliet. And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
Well, Van Vliet likes to work up close and personal at the basket, always ready to take it inside.
Right side, Craig. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Outside, Green. Van Vliet right side. Picked by Smith. A deep 3. Rebound Boston. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Hauser. He's covered by Tate. Here's Pritchard. No points yet. Here's Shireman. Fires for 3. Again, the miss by Boston. Van Vliet scanning the floor. Now Tate. Smith outside. Three-pointer. And Pritchard pulls it down.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
2 minutes.
Pass to Horford. And there's the call on Al Horford. That's his first foul.
And the over and back call is just a loss of focus.
Yeah, clearly an unforced mistake there. You got to keep your head in the game and tighten that handle.
1:49 left to play in the third quarter. Smith outside. From downtown, buries it from 3. Smith's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
And Pritchard, here we go. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Boston shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Van Vliet. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. You know, Grant and Van Vliet, they've got a guy who's been through everything in this league.
Yeah, B.A. Van Vliet's seen it all. He's won a championship. He's been in the All-Star game. He's been on a last-place team. But no wonder nothing seems to faze him.
to the middle. Here's Horford.
Well, you can't afford to give Horford that type of advantage inside. As soon as you do that, you're cooked.
Pass to Van Vliet. Here's Whitmore. No good there.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Here's Shireman. No made baskets yet.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Pritchard. For three. Smith with the rebound. Van Vliet on the wing.
And the defense is all over Van Vliet inside. But he sticks with it and wins a trip to the line for his efforts.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 9 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Pritchard. Here's the lob. And so it's the Houston Rockets leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense is forced.
The Celtics, 27.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. The Rockets lead by 6. Pass to Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
From behind the arc. Green, money from deep. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Houston.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
Pass to Tatum. From deep. Hits a three-pointer.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Three-pointer, Brooks. Boston pulls it in. Oh, it's stolen by Eason. Back comes Houston in transition. Back to Green. Pass to Thompson. Outside for Brooks. Fires the three. Sinks it from distance. And the Rockets lead by 11.
And he's much more comfortable shooting off a pass. Brooks with a nice shot.
Outside White. Off target from three-point range.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
Outside Holiday. Porzingis sets a screen. 4 on the clock. Fires the three. Thompson pulls it in. Houston leading by 13. Right wing. Over to the wing. Şengün in the post. No good with a layup. Now here's Porzingis. And Holiday powers it home.
The assist.
Aggressive move that time by Holiday. He's the engine that makes this offense churn.
Knocks it loose. Brown with the steal. Here's Tatum. And Tatum flying in for the fast break delivery.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
2 minutes.
Pass to Tatum.
In the game. 2 minutes.
White with it. Takes a three. JT for 3.
Tatum clearly putting on a show in this one, doing it all.
Down low. Şengün with it. Takes the three. Porzingis grabs the board.
Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, he wanted to go back at him and just came up short on the triple.
Tatum with it. Now Thompson defending. Launches a three. And the Celtics another three.
And Tatum has been in these situations before. He's reliable when it comes to stepping up in big moments.
Outside for Brooks. 4-3. Connects from downtown. And the Rockets lead by 6.
And it's even more satisfying when you answer with a three, and it looks like they're putting the game out of reach.
I'm not quite ready to go there yet, but it certainly sounds like the crowd is with you on that idea. You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Pass to Thompson. Back to Eason. Here's the three. It's hauled in by White. And it's the Celtics ball. They trail by 6. Back to Tatum. It's Brown on the wing. Now White. Outside Tatum. Back to White. Over Green. That one's wide left. And stolen by Holiday. Outside White. This one for three. Off the mark. And so it's Houston winning this one. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. It's Western Conference NBA action. The Portland Trail Blazers here at home. Now here's Conley. And then Randle slams it in.
Wow, Julius Randle with a little flavor on the finish.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
It's a tornado of creatures. The luckiest person to swap.
matchup features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
Now, here's Simon. Avdia gets the bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here is Conley. Driving in. McDaniels gets a wide open look. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Bible for three. And another three for Portland.
Well, this is a multi-skilled big man. DeAndre Ayton's passing better than you think it is.
Back to Gobert. Randall left side. Over Ayton. Randall with the bucket.
Boy, I love the confidence Julius Randle has in himself. This guy knows what it takes to score.
Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Takes it off the glass.
Well, DeAndre Ayton should own the paint. Nice touch there.
Now the Timberwolves with it. They trail by three.
Trailblazers foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
Trailblazers on D. Randall outside. Pass to McDaniels. Poked away. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And Ayton gets double teamed. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And it's Conley with the ball for the Timberwolves. It's a three-point game. Down low. Gobert. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
Now, here's Thibault. Following the miss by Denny Avdia. Oh, what a jam! Simon!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Here's Conley. Portland knocking down that triple moments ago. And the basket by Gobert.
Well, there's height and reach to the advantage of Rudy Gobert. Just gets up and over the top of guys.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And so he hits the technical free throw. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you've got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
44 seconds left in the first. Inside, Ayton. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
Passes like this demonstrate Conley's unselfishness as well as his desire to get his guys going on offense.
Now, here's Simon. 6 on the shot clock. Gobert with the block. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Minnesota ball.
Just 4 seconds left to play here in the first. What a performance from Anthony Simons. He has been the story for the Portland Trail Blazers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total.
11.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Portland.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
And Ayton throws it down.
Well, Mr. Ayton decides, why just lay it up when you can finish with authority?
Timberwolves trailed by 11. Conley feeling it out. Up top, Randall. Three-pointer. Portland grabs the miss. Ible on the wing. Launches it. And rebounded by McDaniels. Edwards with it. Now Avdia defending. And the rejection by Ayton.
Boy, really tough to score on DeAndre Ayton. Such a patient shot blocker, guys.
Out to the right wing. Edwards inside.
Blazers foul. Second personal foul. First team foul.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Garza. For the three. Drills the three-pointer. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Here's Randall, and no good. Avdia with the defensive effort. It's Klingon, top of the key. A three ball. Mike Conley grabs the miss. Timberwolves trailed by 8. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Out to Edwards. His three-pointers off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Outside, Simon. Pass to Kamare. Simon's up top. He's got 10. Stolen by Michael Conley. A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got 5 now.
Well, unselfish play by Anthony Edwards. Teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
To the inside. Here's Thibault. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Thibault got his second basket of the game.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Over in the corner, Edwards.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:57 left from the first half of basketball. Shot clock at 5. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, you love to see Julius Randle attack the offensive glass, get to his second chance opportunities. That's really well done.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. The shot by McDaniels, no good. Portland leading by 8. Simons surveying the D. Avdia. Here's Klingon. The layup off target. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Doesn't go for him. Avdia with a defensive effort. Simons up top. He's got 10. Pass to Klingon. Lets the 3 fly. They get the rebound. The second chance effort. Conley grabs the miss.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
3 points.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again. Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers lead by 5.
The Timberwolves.
We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Portland leading by 5. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Anderson with it. To the middle. Here's Williams. Another shot. Garza pulls it in. Timberwolves trail by 5. And there's the drive. Here's Reed. No good on the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Goes up again. Henderson outside. To the paint. Williams.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he hit his foul shots a season ago at about a 74% clip.
And Portland making a change here. Trailblazers leading by 5. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 4 this quarter.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
Now DiVincenzo. Scoreless thus far. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Here's Miller. Doesn't go that time. Some solid defense from Grant. Sharp on the wing. Pulls up from the corner. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
Great at creating shots. Sharp did it there with that catch and shoot.
Miller outside. Pass to Reed. Back to Miller. Inside. Here's Garza. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Garza's got 5 now.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Henderson, no good. Timberwolves trail by 7. Here's Alexander Walker. A three-pointer is right on target. Alexander Walker's got his first 3 points of the game. Here's Henderson. And then Henderson with the dunk.
Explosive in every way. The quick first step, and then you see the hop.
Alexander Walker on the wing. And oh, here we go with Henderson. And Henderson throws it down hard.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Pass to DiVincenzo. Miller outside. Henderson pulls it in. Portland leading by 8. And he banks in the layup. Henderson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Pass to DiVincenzo. 54 seconds left to play in the third. Williams with the defensive effort. Floats it up for Williams. There's the steal. Here's Alexander Walker. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for Portland. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Timberwolves trail by 12. It's deflected. Stolen by Grant. And that one's good by Henderson. Henderson's got 8 points.
There's the basketball mind of Henderson working. Stayed ahead of the play for the score.
Stolen by Henderson. It's 2-on-1. Grant gets a wide open look. Nets the corner 3. Grant's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. There's Miller with the 3. And so it's Portland out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now
28.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Timberwolves trail by 17. Edwards looking it over. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's McDaniels. The three-pointer, no good.
Absolutely tenacious guy. Stuck right on him defensively. Bothered that shot.
And the shot goes in. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard. Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
And that one's good, Ayton.
Well, true to form in today's NBA, as a big man, DeAndre Ayton has faced
This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. So the Pelicans win the tip. Pass to McCollum. Picked by Williamson. McCollum with it. Picked up by Allen. Williamson is double. Outside Jones. Three-pointer. 6 on the shot clock. For 3, McCollum. That's good, and it's Jones with the assist.
Can't sleep on McCollum, not even for a second, because that's when he strikes.
Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now. Oh, nice one-handed jam there, VA.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here's Mitchell. Back to Garland. Allen a screen from about 16. Allen. Great positioning on the putback.
Look, the offensive glass is all about effort and energy. And Allen, look, he's got plenty of both.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Willie Green. We discussed how he wants his team to approach their matchup with Evan Mobley, and coach said we need to make him a jump shooter. Mobley is most effective around the rim. He's still developing his jump shot, and we need to take advantage of that. There should be a lot of resistance in the paint from his defense, BA.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And it's the Pelicans with the ball, following the score by Cleveland. Spins. Pass to McCollum. They kick it out to Murray. Buries it from 3. Murray's got 5.
Murray works extremely hard on his game and has put in a lot of time trying to become one of the more consistent players from long range.
Now here's Garland. Outside for Mitchell. Now Allen, covered by Williamson. Allen a screen. Here's Mitchell. The rebound by Murray. New Orleans leading by 6. And Grant, DeJounte Murray, a bit of a throwback player. He's comfortable attacking at all 3 levels.
Yeah, BA. I mean, he does a lot of work in the mid-range for a guard. He's very comfortable with any shot on the floor. Not shy about putting up a ton of attempts if that's what's needed.
Now here's McCollum. Outside Jones. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Allen.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He's still got a good outcome.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Grant.
Yeah, BA, he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answer that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Now here's Garland. From deep, Mitchell. Jones grabs the board. Williamson outside. Here he goes. Oh, Williamson! down.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable.
Now here's Mitchell. Oh, it's a big-time jam. He slams it right over Williamson.
Oh, he's had that move saved up for a minute. You could tell with that smile on his face. Mitchell making the most of that opportunity.
And great job to establish position and square up.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And it's Allen who slams it home.
And this is why you feed the big fella Allen on the inside. With his size, he is a major threat anywhere around that hoop.
Now here's McCollum. Jacks up a three. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. The Cavaliers trail by 7. Outside Mitchell. For 3. Knocks down the triple. Mitchell's got 7 points in the game.
Whether he's initiating the offense or playing off the ball, Mitchell is equally effective.
Stolen by Strus. Mitchell with the ball. Checked by Murray. Outside Garland. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good.
The execution has been better lately, but do they have enough energy to pull it off?
The thing they have to watch for is mental fatigue. They have to stay focused and finish the job.
Now here's McCollum. Here's the 3. Mobley grabs the board. And Mobley has got the ball here for Cleveland. Trailing by 2. Mitchell misses.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
There's McCollum with the 3. Nails it from 3. 6 points for him.
Wow, McCollum really flexing his range right there. Hurrying a 3 from well beyond the arc.
Pass to Allen with 4 on the clock. That one's good. Mitchell making the play.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Here's Williamson. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you think, guys?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Just 3 to shoot. Here's Mitchell. Good D by Williamson. New Orleans leading by 3. To the paint. Oh, got a piece of it. McCollum outside. Inside. So good down low. Williamson.
A monster down low. Zion is scary.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Zion Williamson is a one of one. His teammate C.J. McCollum told him, your ceiling is unlike anything the NBA has ever seen, but it's up to you to take full advantage of whatever it is. You can be as good as you want to be. This game will go where you take it. Brian?
You know, Allie, at his best, he is unstoppable. The three from Mitchell.
Gotta find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not gonna get it.
And Richard, thinking about Donovan Mitchell, he just has a total impact on the game.
It's crazy to think that he's in the prime of his career, but every single year he continues to get better. I still think there are more levels for him to go. For a guard like Garland, hitting threes unlocks the rest of the floor.
For three, McCollum. No good. That's his third miss out of 5 attempts. On the wing, Strus. Back to Allen. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And now just a 2-point New Orleans lead.
So much reach. Allen using that wingspan to his advantage.
And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. That one's on Darius Garland. RJ, the Cavs breaking ground on a new practice facility set to open in 2027.
Situated on the Cuyahoga River, it will be 4 times larger than the existing one. And let me tell you this, the existing one was state-of-the-art, and it continues to rejuvenate what we're seeing in downtown Cleveland. Shout out to the Cavaliers.
Now here's Garland. He's got 5 to the middle. Back to Strus. Here's Allen. The Pelicans pull it in. They've led by as many as 11. Pass to Olynyk. The 3. Mobley grabs the board. Cavaliers trail by 3. Mitchell with the ball. Checked by Murray. Here's Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
The defense has been locked in on Mitchell, but he's done a good job making the right play.
From outside the arc. The rebound by Allen.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Back to Garland. There's 1:26 left in the first half. Mobley, no good. And so McCollum will bring it up for New Orleans. Olynyk for 3. And the Pelicans miss again. Now the Cavaliers with it. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Here's Allen. Back to Strus. Counted from distance. Strus has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
McCollum's shot is off. Here's Cleveland. They're on a 10-1 run. Strus's shot is off. The Pelicans trail. The kick to Olynyk. Back to McCollum. The 3-ball. Sends it home from 3-point land. McCollum's got 9.
With confidence and ability from long range, I love it. McCollum's able to space the floor and keep the defense honest.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Allen. From deep, Mitchell. Pelicans cleared away. Out left to the wing. They kick it out to Murray. McCollum outside. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's New Orleans leading by 1. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. The Cavs trailing. Here's Jerome. Outside Hunter. Pass to Merrill. Clock at 6. Back to Hunter. And a missed layup. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Alvarado outside. Outside Olynyk. Hits the trifecta. And the Pelicans lead by 4.
Impressive offensive versatility for big. He can show you a variety of looks.
And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you.
Now the Pelicans in transition. And Alvarado gets it to go.
And just good hustle. Always nice to get an easy bucket on the break.
And making sure they convert by finishing strong.
And he lays it in on the break. And now it's an 8-point Pelican lead.
Love the energy here in the third. Trying to take control now of this contest.
Yes, this is a pivotal moment in this game. Those extra possessions right now, they just mean a little bit more.
Now here's Alvarado. Brown with a screen. Pass to Olynyk. And Sam Merrill picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And here's New Orleans now. Alvarado outside. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Cavaliers trail by 8. Here's Jerome. No points so far. And up the floor again for the Pels. Running the court. Pass to Misi. Porter with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Wade. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
I like what I saw on both ends that time. Hustling on defense to create some offense.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Well, the recent success of the Cavs has centered around their defense, RJ.
Well, if you want a chance to contend, you're going to have to be able to defend. Their coach embodies that, and so does their personnel, specifically their front court.
Out of bounds, it'll be Pelicans ball.
Yet another miscalculation. They are really their own worst enemy right now. It's why they find themselves way behind.
Now here's Alvarado. The kick to Olynyk. Shot on the wing. And another basket for New Orleans. And so it's Cleveland with it. It's a 10-point game. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
The Cavaliers are having success. Point guard Darius Garland said, "We're building something here and we've come a long way. It feels amazing having our own legacy. We're just trying to keep it going. The whole city is behind us. And Brian, they know there's still work to do."
And they've got no problem with that, Allie. Thank you. To the inside. Misi.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
Pass to Wade. Back to Porter. Takes a three. Rebound by Olynyk. The Pelicans lead by 10. Here's Alvarado. They get the rebound. Five on the clock. Outside Olynyk. Puts up a three. Drains the triple. Olynyk's got 8 here in this quarter.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Pass to Hunter. This one for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Hunter's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drained a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Nails it from beyond the arc. Alvarado's got 7.
What are you doing? You can't give a player like him that much space. Come on now.
Pass to Hunter. Down low. And finished off by Hunter.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Here's Alvarado. The Cavs getting their last shot to go. Gets the 3 ball to go. Olynyk's got 11 in the second half.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
34.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And the Pelicans with possession here. Alvarado outside. They set the pick. Out to McCollum. Back to Alvarado. On the take. That's good. And it's McCollum with the assist.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Knocked away. Out to Garland. Misses the 3.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Wow, they're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
Yeah, the physical abilities of Zion are truly next level. His build, his strength, I mean, it makes him difficult to defend and totally unique.
Now here's Garland. Inside. Oh, deflected. And stolen by Williamson. Oh, and a fast break for the Pelicans. Oh, the dunk by Williamson.
Yeah, such an impressive night for Zion. He has the ability.